Okay, so here is my submission for the community-led Q1 Airtable Hackathon. This is Erica Pascual, and for the theme of games, I wanted to build a telephone Pictionary game in Airtable because I think it's a hilarious game, and I like being able to reference them back. And I thought Airtable would be a great place to see it historically as games are played. So, context on the game, basically, you have a group of people. Each person gets a stack of pieces of paper that match the number of people in the group. On the first piece of paper, they write a funny descriptive sentence, then they pass it along, and the next player tries to draw that picture. And then they pass that along, and the next person only looks at the drawing and then writes what they think is being drawn, and it keeps alternating through all the people, and usually the outcome is hilarious. So I think it would be great to have in an app, and you can look back at all the funny rounds that you've played with your friends. But so here is a link to the share link for this interface so that anyone in the public can join and sign up. Once they have access to this interface, they can go to this page to sign up as a user. We're going to add me because I removed myself for this demo. And once I've signed up, those two disappear because they're no longer applicable. They can still look at the instructions, and they can also invite a friend to play. Another standalone form where they can put in the email address. They'll receive an email with the invite link and where they can sign up. Once they've signed up, anyone that you've invited, you'll get a notifications once they've signed up so you can start a game with them. Here is where you can go to start a game, and you would just select the players that you would be playing with. Here are the other users I have access to for this testing. So in total, we're going to have me in the game and these two users. We're going to submit this, and then on the back end, it will create those rounds where it's going to cycle through all the players that were selected in that game. And so you can see all of the rounds, the three people that had so here are these runs that originated from these people, and then also who it's waiting on at that time. So this first one, it shows us just the ones we need to act on. So we click into that and see the rounds that are waiting on me. Open this up. So here's the main thing that I have for AI. I have a table on the back end that has some actions and verbs, a list of nouns, and places and locations. This was generated through Omni and made this table for me, as well as this automation where it's going to make, some random phrase based on that giant table that I've imported into that. And for this round, it suggested a toaster exploring a haunted library. If I wanted to use this, I can pre-populate the submission form with this button. But if I wanted to make up my own phrase, if I was creative and original, I could use this. But for example purposes, we're just going to use the suggested AI Omni phrase. That's great. We'll go back to the rounds that are waiting on us. Nothing is waiting on us right now because none of the other players have finished what they're doing. So it's waiting on their dependencies. But once they had taken action, it'll rotate through all of the players, and then it would show this as 100% complete. And then you could see the phrase, and then this would have the picture and then the phrase here. But I don't have any of that information right now because I just kept deleting test records. But that is my game. I really wanted it to be able to have people play without having to edit in the interface. So I've bypassed that with standalone forms and email notifications. But I'm thinking maybe I would also notify them within the user, and then they would have that little bubble up there to do their turn. Yeah, that's my submission. Can't wait to see what everyone else builds as well. Okay, hope you have a good one. Take care now.